On this episode, I want to share with you how I cracked the code and how I began creating my dream life by breaking free from survival patterns and learning to live in balance, bliss, and freedom. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence, because in every moment, fear or love gives us a choice. Welcome to my channel, This Way to Bliss, where I hike and explore and car camp in my hybrid SUV and heal through nature, one hop, skip, and step at a time. Hi, I'm Candace J. Frazier. This is my story of growing through grief instead of giving up, resetting my nervous system, and breaking my addiction to chaos and confusion. Out here, I found the strength to keep going and the first sparks of balance, bliss, freedom, and fun after the fallout of divorce, loss, betrayal, and abandonment. I have so many adventures to share, so make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps us out. Welcome back, fellow transcenders. In the last episode, the season between joy after grief, life slowed down as fires raged and loss gripped me with grief, forcing me inward to heal, rest, and rediscover stillness. The season that marked transition from survival to self-sovereignty. Through awareness, acceptance, and alignment, I learned that guilt, fear, and perfectionism keep us trapped in the illusion of control, while presence, play, and self-love open the door to freedom, balance, and bliss. Linked above if you missed it. With the fires gone and the grief lifting, going for a sunset walk at the lake was the best medicine that I could take. This sunset walk was very rejuvenating. I was very fascinated with these clouds, and it looked like there was something behind the clouds, but I could just be tripping. The number one rule of creating a dream life is to get outside and feed your soul and be creative, like photography or videography. Make sure you nourish your body, move your body, and love yourself unconditionally. These are non-negotiable. By December, I started writing again, pouring the lessons I was living into my blog at CandaceJFrazier.com. Each post became a step toward freedom. I wrote about how to transcend the pain of change by using choice as my superpower. I wrote about how to empower myself through Thankful Thinking 101, training my mind to see what's possible instead of what's broken. And I wrote about no more pain, how to become the architect to your bliss, and how to stop letting pain design your life so purpose could refine you instead. Every story a part of Metamorphed, no more hurt, abuse, or addiction, just awareness, education, and prevention through love and accountability. And as you'll see in this drawing, the open heart, what I saw remained after the fire when the word codependency burned away. The message was clear. I'd finally broken the chain that had kept me chasing love outside of myself. The infinite bliss was within my own heart all along. Metamorphed became my mantra. No more hurt, no more chaos, no more confusion. Just awareness, forgiveness, gratitude, and joy. Because infinite bliss is born inside the heart that chooses to heal. And you can't hate yourself into a version that you love. Which brings me to the point of you have to get curious about what are the layers of making who you are. And in that, you can understand that perhaps maybe you, like many, are completely unaware of what program, role, identity that you are playing out on a daily basis that could be creating your suffering. And remember, suffering is when you continue to cling what you think will make you feel better and resisting what you think will make you feel worse. Remember, there are many levels and layers to healing, especially with grief and trauma. And it's time to forgive your parents for not being able to love you the way you needed. And next, forgive yourself for looking, chasing, and performing and fawning for love in all the wrong places and faces. Remember, love is the medicine, and it starts with pouring it into you first. Because here's the thing, life imitates art. Some days you have to press hard, sharply defining the edges. Other days, you gently layer shade to highlight the curves of those sharp lines. Either way, both are divinely perfect. Because even when a drawing seems ruined, beauty remains. Darkness only caresses the edges, while light accentuates the beauty within. When we reframe our brokenness and failure, we see they're not flaws, they're highlights, accentuating the unlimited wonder within us. Even when ego throws shade, its darkness only increases the contrast, making love easier to see, easier to flow. Just like crayons, bright, happy, and full of color, they shine best when the fog of darkness leaves us weary. That's when we remember, even the shadows serve the masterpiece. So today, let your edges be defined. Let your shades be soft. And let your heart remember that you are the contour and the highlight in your blissed life. Now, I realize this is no Picasso here, but the point of what I'm doing here is I'm drawing it out. I had an inspiration, and from that came this awareness of, oh my goodness, this is what life is like. So rather than trying to get love focused on you, let love flow through you freely. I know you're tired, so give yourself permission to stop chasing love and become it. Embody it. And it will be extremely awkward at first because your ego is going to be chiming in, danger, no, I don't want change. But here's the trick. You have to lean into that fear. That's how you're going to find freedom from it. In these quiet moments, hiking and exploring, I realized something simple but very profound. Ego is not the enemy. It's a messenger, asking to be seen, validated, and loved. And every emotion is energy in motion, revealing our focus and our frequency. And when I stopped resisting discomfort and started listening to it, I began transmuting chaos into calm. Determination softened into curiosity. And for the first time, I found ease in my own energy. Creating your dream life means mastering emotions, but it doesn't mean being perfect. It means being present, awake at the helm, gently guiding the course instead of forcing it, instead of living from programming and unseen conditioning that you didn't even install into your software operating program when you were a young child. Which might make you angry, but I encourage you to pause there and remember that a saint was once asked, "What is anger?" The saint said, "It is a punishment we give to ourselves for somebody else's mistake." So let's not do that, okay? At This Way to Bliss, we alchemize our anger with awareness, acceptance, and alignment, with the power of love to transcend fear. We all carry invisible chains to fear, to comfort, to the illusion of control. But here's the thing, freedom isn't found by fighting the chain. It's found by realizing it was never locked. And the moment I stopped waiting for someone to save me, I discovered I already held the key. And here's a secret, so do you. Your beliefs, emotions, thoughts, decisions, actions are creating the results, fear or love. Winter upon us, light therapy became one of my daily rituals, a reminder that even in dark seasons, the body can be retrained to seek brightness again. Healing became my art form through movement, food, laughter, and love. I was learning to be my own medicine. A couple days before Christmas, I got all glammed up and we went out to a sushi dinner with the girls to celebrate the holidays. Nourished and ready to go, I went shopping for presents for my granddaughter. While sitting at my thyroid follow-up ultrasound appointment, the clouds opened up.
Well, not snow, but
Definitely angry weather.
I woke up at 5:55 out of dead sleep. Can't go back to sleep, so I decided to look outside and it's snowing.
The magic of snow made me feel like a kid again, mesmerized by the silent peacefulness of snowfall. It was almost as if nature was saying, "You slow down. Let the world reset with you." The storm that had stirred above me finally softened inside of me too. And as I sat quietly watching, observing, present in the stillness of that moment, I tapped into my bliss. I felt whole and happy. But healing isn't linear. Later that day, when I learned my thyroid nodules were growing, fear came rushing back. And I had to practice what I'd been teaching, to breathe through the panic, to trust my body, to believe that peace heals more than worry ever will. Because fear may spark awareness, but love sustains life. So chase more sunsets, find peace in the simple joys. Dinner reservations made. I had the crab cakes and the macadamia crusted halibut. It was delicious. Dancing afterwards and celebrated. After the last several seasons of strife and suffering, this new way of being felt really good. 2 hours later, though, I woke up violently ill with food poisoning and a shellfish reaction. Not fun. It wasn't the new year I expected, but apparently one that I needed. A full surrender. Because see, I've discovered that sometimes awakenings don't come from fireworks. It comes from stillness, from listening when the body says enough. On the next episode, we're going to chase some sunsets, visit the river, play in the snow, and build a fort. And do you want to build a snowman? Because I did. We even had some cool snow sculptures and soulful moments of reconnection. I capture a beautiful rainbow sunset. I go to Yuba City to Emerald Pools, and then back to Hope Valley for a fun-filled day of snow play. I'll also introduce you to my very first VIP client, the one who taught me the most, me. If this episode spoke to your heart and you're ready to go deeper, keep watching. These tools and teachings help me.
Namaste, Away and Thrive is about releasing negative influences and loving yourself first so you can thrive and become love instead of chasing it to survive and become the hero of your own story. Gratitude and intention are like sunlight and water for your soul. My appreciation and intention journal helps you start each day focused on joy and possibility by bringing your heart, brain, and beliefs into coherence. Ditch the to-do list and focus on the wins. The Thaw Victory Vibes journal helps you celebrate small victories so your confidence compounds day by day. Get started on your 90-day journey today to celebrate your wins, shift your energy, and empower your emotions. Not sure if you're in survival mode? My free guide, 7 Signs You're Stuck in Survival Mode, shows the patterns and how to start breaking free. Ready to reclaim your energy? How to break free from burnout is my blueprint for lasting success without self-abandonment. All of these resources are waiting for you. The links are in the description below.
Metamorphosis isn't a single moment. It's a continual unfolding. We transcend pain by living the lesson, not escaping it. We rise through love. We become through presence. We awaken by choosing to be here, now. This whole metamorphic awakening taught me that balance and bliss aren't found by chasing the light. They're born when we stop running from our shadows. Every breakdown becomes a breakthrough when we choose to see it differently. And just like in the beginning, every moment still gives us that same choice, fear or love. The difference is, now I know how to choose. So in order to break the barriers between ego and bliss, the biggest thing I can share with you is it's not about changing. It's about choosing. And here's the thing, the future you, they embraced failure along the way as feedback to refine the strategy. They found the silver lining in those dark clouds, and they took daily empowered action with gratitude, love, and forgiveness. Because the future you is fully present in the gift of now. When you align in your heart's flow, you rise above ego and life's undertow. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can traverse the next trail with me. Stay sovereign, stay self-sourced, and remember, Your heart is your home.